Sergey Viktorovich, against the background of the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, announced by Trump, the threat of closing another key strait has loomed, the Bab-el-Mandeb, which we discussed today, through which energy supplies are also conducted. Does Moscow allow for the possibility that, in the absence of a peaceful settlement and due to growing pressure on their economies, the Gulf countries might enter the conflict? In your assessment, how high is the probability of the conflict expanding? And what actions are being taken by Moscow and Beijing to prevent such a scenario? Thank you very much.
Well, I think I have already touched upon this topic several times in my answers. They want to drag them into a war. I will repeat that those who started this war have a strong desire to prevent the normalization of relations between the Arabs and Iran. And there is a strong desire to promote the concept of two wars, as if to say, the fact that the Islamic Republic of Iran was attacked by the United States and Israel means nothing in terms of Iran's rights to a response, because supposedly it begins to respond against the territory of the Arab states of the Persian Gulf. They did not attack, and they stated from the very beginning that they do not provide airspace and do not allow American bases on their territory to be used for an attack on Iran. All of this took place. We actively supported this in our contacts with the Arabs, including at the highest level. Our president communicated both with the president of the United Arab Emirates and with other leaders. We emphasize that we highly respect this position. But we not only respect their position, we are in solidarity with them in that they should not suffer from this war. But let's be honest, I talk here with all my colleagues, and it is impossible not to understand that U.S. military facilities on the territory of Iran's Arab neighbors will be targets that Iran will attack in response to aggression against itself. It was impossible not to understand this. Everyone understood this perfectly well. And now, when they tried, by the way, primarily with the help of the Americans, to push through the Security Council a resolution that simply condemned Iran for an unprovoked attack on its neighbors and for blocking the Strait of Hormuz, without mentioning a single word about what had preceded it. Well, we, together with the People's Republic of China, honestly explained that this resolution does not reflect the objective process, but was again used to promote cancel culture. The West loves to cancel a historical period that is inconvenient for it to justify its actions in one crisis or another. It started the modern history of the Ukrainian crisis in the same way. We were accused of the annexation of Crimea. We say, well, how come the population of Crimea simply refused to recognize the coup d'etat? No. A coup d'etat, that is, well, such a peculiar manifestation of democracy. But when the West finds the prehistory or the root cause inconvenient in any other situations, it simply cancels it. The same was true of this resolution, which we in the People's Republic of China did not support and did not allow to be adopted, because the root cause had been erased. For future generations, what would have remained is that supposedly Iran began attacking its neighbors. History has proven that this resolution would have changed nothing, because a few hours after that meeting of the UN Security Council, it was announced that there would be peace negotiations in Islamabad. That is, if this resolution had passed, then Iran, which was undeservedly condemned in this resolution, would, of course, have been antagonized, and the negotiations might not have taken place. We would all have understood the reason for such a position from Iran. Or, if these negotiations had not happened and the war continued, then those who attacked Iran would have said that, see, our council, the UN Security Council approves. We are acting in agreement with the Security Council. Neither one nor the other is needed by us, nor our Chinese colleagues, nor the Arab countries themselves. No one needs such utilization of the UN Security Council in its crudest form. This undermines the authority of the United Nations and undermines the authority of its Security Council. Therefore, we insist that these negotiations continue and that an agreement be reached on returning to freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. This will allow for the removal of the risks of this situation repeating in the Bab-el-Mandeb Strait. The leaders of Ansar Allah, the Houthis, have already announced that if this aggression continues, they will be forced to resort to such measures. There is no need to provoke such phenomena, which are destroying a large part of the world economy. Throughout all the years of the Islamic Republic of Iran's existence, the Strait of Hormuz was never mentioned among the problems in the sphere of freedom of navigation and trade across maritime waters. Never. All the problems arose only with the attack on February 28th. This happened in the midst of negotiations. Therefore, together with the People's Republic of China, we firmly advocate for these negotiations to continue, so that during them the parties promote realistic and fair goals, with full consideration of legitimate rights in accordance with the international laws of each country. We are ready with the People's Republic of China to support various formats of external accompaniment for these negotiations. We also spoke about this in detail yesterday.